Hey there, thought we would do a back recovery workout today. Keeping our backs healthy, very important, especially if you have to sit a lot, your back gets overly stretched, your chest gets overly tight, causes a lot of orthopedic problems with the spine and the hips. So I've got 5 exercises for you. Let's just start getting a little bit of rotation, a little bit of wiggling, fingers and toes. You always want to warm up a couple minutes at least, walking around the house, maybe go up and down the stairs a bit. You just don't want to start working without any kind of stretching. Little heel forward stretches the back, hips, and hamstrings. That's primarily the muscles that we're going to be working with. Low back, mid back, the back extensors, our gluteus medius, which is the big butt muscle. Hamstrings are the back of the thigh. Another hamstring, low back, hip stretch. We've got 5 exercises for you. Very easy for everyone to do. Have good mornings, bridges, a plank with a hip extension, some darts. We'll be laying on our tummies, and then a bird dog or a pointer, whatever you feel comfortable calling that. We'll do some side stretches here. 2 rounds of work, 12 reps is the magic number, but you work and you rest, move that body, stretch your feet out. So with a good morning, our fingers are going to go behind the ears, have your feet hip width apart, drop the shoulders. We're going to tip from the hip like we're taking a bow, forward with an inhale, and then we're going to squeeze up, extend through the thighs, tighten up the butt, the hamstrings, abs, and the low back muscles. Inhale and exhale. Our low back extensors actually that run along the spine, very long, thin muscles. So we don't want to load them up with a whole lot of resistance. Our body weight is just great. We're going to do 8 more good mornings, going to your pain-free range. Anytime you feel mild tension, that's the worst sensation you should feel. It should never hurt. I'm pulling the elbows back, keeping the shoulders down, getting those rotator cuff muscles to set your shoulder blades on the back part of your rib cage. I shouldn't think you'd be doing that today. Yes. Shoulder packing, scapular retracting, abs are sucking in, butts pressing forward. 2 more. We will go through this another round. I love good mornings. Such a great stretch. Also, you can get some good squeezing in those leg muscles. Relax your arms down. Give a little shake, give a little shake. We're going to go down onto the back for a bridge. So transitioning with care. Watch your wrist. You don't want to get hurt going from one thing to the other. Feet hip width apart. Rest the head on the floor. Drop your shoulders again. Set yourself up. We want the weight in the heels, knees, hips. They all line up. Reach toward your heels. Basic bridge. We're pressing off both heels and either going straight or rolling the back down. We're going to go 12 basic bridges. Squeeze the butt up. 9. The more you squeeze your glutes, those glute max muscles are going to fire up. We've got 6 more here. Keep the abs engaged. No lower back pinching or straining. 5, 4. Keep pushing off those heels. 3 and 2. 1 more. 1. Let the hips go down. Bring the knees in. Give that back a nice stretch. It's your basic bridge. Now we're going to bring our knees in. We're going to either roll to the side or roll up. And we're going to flip it onto a plank on the forearm. If you're not used to doing planks, stretch. Go back to child's pose. Make sure you're feeling ready. We're going to have our forearm plank. You can always opt to do a modified plank and just hold it. Stretch back anytime you need to. We bring it up into our forearm plank. The hip extension is lifting the right leg and the left. Squeeze in the back side. You want to tighten up your butt muscles Again, that's going to engage all the muscles in the posterior. 3 more sets. Holding the plank is great. Stretching out of it anytime you need to. Have that chin up and in. Shoulders are down. And the last one. You do 6 sets. Relax the knees down. Stretch your hips back. Breathing in, breathing out. Planks aren't for everybody. Another option too is to take it onto your back and do your favorite ab. We're going to bring it right onto our stomachs here. This is called the prone position. Hello. We're going to do a dart. Now you want to be careful that you don't use any kind of momentum to lift the upper body and the shins off the mat. So keep your chin in, back of the neck is long, drop the shoulders, dart, squeeze up by tightening up the butt and the back. Ease down, dart, squeeze, press those arms toward the thighs, and down. 10 more. And nothing says that 12 is a magic number. Do as many as you can comfortably, taking stretches whenever you need the stretches. Got 8 more. And you could always just lift the upper body or lower body. Taking those deep breaths. I like to exhale, coming up. That's the harder part. So that's the part that you might need a little help from that breath. 5, squeezing those arms. I like to think about pressing the palms toward the thighs. 4, keeping that chin a fist distance. Try not to look straight ahead. As I'm looking down, and then I'm looking to the side, not straight ahead. 3, squeeze the bum. Work that low back. 2 more. 2, the dart. Great for our posture. 1 more time. 1, big push, and squeeze, and relax. Bend the elbows. Just rest your head on your hands. Move those hips a little bit. Loosen that low back up. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Good. We're going to bend it back into child's pose. Just walk those arms back as you ease back. Now you might be starting to notice that you're getting some tension in that lower back. It shouldn't hurt. It just might feel tight or even perhaps some burning. And some people don't really like that feeling. Stretch until you feel better. And we're going to bring it up onto the hands and the knees. So if you are feeling a whole lot of tension, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We'll do a couple cat camels for spinal flexibility. Keep the abs strong, tuck the tail under, and then lift that tail up. And just let yourself feel better. You can always go back to child's pose. For our bird dog, or call it a pointer, opposite arm, opposite leg. Right arm, left leg. Now reach, don't go higher than hip or shoulder. Try to go as long as you can. Bring it in and switch. Left arm, right leg. Bring it in and switch. 5 more sets. So you're engaging those muscles that go from the shoulder on the angle to the opposite hip. All kinds of great muscles in the body. They go up and down. They wrap around. They go on angles. We want to work in all kinds of ranges and planes of motion, on angles, but always in a pain-free way. It should never hurt to exercise. It might feel slightly uncomfortable, burning muscles, get some breathlessness going on. It might not make you feel super comfortable, but you get used to it. Also releases great hormones that make us feel good, like serotonin and dopamine, those feel-good hormones. We get that through exercise. So that is the end of the first round. And if you're super new to exercise and you want to stop there, absolutely. Maybe you want to watch the next round And if you feel so inclined, you just pop right back and start working again. We go back to the good morning. You might want to stretch those hips for a second. Good. So for the good morning, we again bring those fingers right behind the ears, eyes on the prize. You keep that chin about a fist distance from the chest. Tip from the hip on the inhale. Squeeze it up with the exhale. Abs, thighs, and butt. Inhale forward. Exhale it up. So I want to think of squeezing in from the front, squeezing in from the back. Tighten the butt, squeeze the abs, shoulders are down, scapula's retracted. With that exhale, give that back a little bit more squeeze. These exercises are great for your posture. If our back gets super stretched out and our chest gets shortened, we end up looking very anatomically incorrect. End up with a slouched posture, get some neck pinching, lumbar problems, the lower back can start to give you trouble. But we want to keep these torso muscles strong, the lower back. People don't see the back, so they really don't think about working it. But these simple exercises, they can do wonders if you're having any kind of sciatic pain, or that's usually something is pinching that sciatic nerve. Spinal flexibility, we want to stay firm and flexible. 3 more here. You know I can't count, right? I'm sure we're getting close to 12. You can't count and tell a story at the same time. Even I can't do that. Let's just do 1 more. I love these though. They just feel really good. Relax the arms. Shake them off. Rotate it out a little bit. We go down for that basic bridge. So be careful transitioning from one exercise to the other. As you bring it onto your back, I want to bring those knees in and prepare. Oh yeah, for the stretch. And maybe you'd like to do a number 4 stretch. Right ankle on the left thigh. Yes, please. That feels great. Let's go to the other leg. Left ankle, right thigh. Oh, so good. And see, just like that, you feel better. If you don't feel better yet, keep stretching. You want to go into your bridge. Feet, knees, hips. Line up with this basic bridge. Drop your shoulders. Tuck the chin in so we have that chin a fist distance from the chest. Even putting a little pillow under your head could lift, but you don't want to feel or notice that you're looking over your shoulder. You're even looking straight at the ceiling. You want to keep that cervical part of the spine nice and neutral. Pressing up off the heels, squeeze your buttocks, and then either go down straight with the hips or roll the back down, whichever you prefer. Press up and down, whatever feels good. You don't want to feel like you're getting any pinching or straining in that back. Keep the abs tight, and there's no hyperextension in that lumbar area. Ooh. Press it up, basic bridge, squeeze your buttocks, and down. We're going 8 more, nice strong bridge. Press up. Ease down. Keep the deep breaths coming. Squeeze and ease. When you exhale with force, that actually works a very thin layer of core muscle called the transverse abdominis. It's like as thin as a sheet of saran wrap. Very thin muscle, but we work it with the breath. Keep those deep breaths coming. We've got 4 more bridge. Squeeze up. Nice strong butt squeeze. And down. Straight with the hips or roll that back. Here's 3. Squeeze up. Ease down. 2 more times. No shrugging. Keep those shoulders down. They're depressed. They're not sad. They're just down. Hips going down. One more bridge. Squeeze up. Tight booty. And down. We're going to tighten up that tushy. Knees in. And again, you might notice maybe you started round 2 and you're like, oh, now my back's getting too tight. This is when you stop. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your body and rest. Guaranteed, if you just hang out and stretch for a little bit, you might feel better in even a minute or so. Everyone's different as far as endurance and the work and rest ratio. You want to work until you can't and rest until you can. Knees in, roll up. So we're going to the dart. We're going to flip it onto the tongue. Again, you can bust out child's pose. Maybe you were like, well, I didn't really see what you were doing last time. So then watch and learn. Maybe you're a visual learner. Maybe you learn by doing. That'd be a kinesthetic learner. Maybe you're learn by hearing. You're an auditory learner. But we all learn in different ways and with different combinations of all of those styles. So shoulders are down, back of the neck stays long. Look to the side or down. Try not to look straight ahead. That hyperextends that cervical spine. So the dart, nice and strong. Exhale it up. Inhale it down. Squeeze it up with pressure in those palms toward the thigh and down. 10 more. Maybe you want to do a couple and then stretch back. Nothing says that you have to do all the reps in a row. That's where rest-based training comes in. You work until you can't, and then you rest until you can. That's how you get stronger. You don't want to feel like you're using any kind of momentum or kind of heaving and hoeing yourself around. We want to be smooth. Squeeze the back and the butt. And down. 6 to go. Dart. Up. And down. 5 more. So we also want to be careful with that low back because those muscles are so long and thin. It doesn't take much, especially in the beginning of your workout journey, to maybe overstress them a little bit. And that's fine. Just don't keep banging away at it if it's causing you anything other than mild tension. 3 more. We're not made out of feathers. Those back muscles haven't been worked at all. They're going to do 1 or 2 reps and you're going to need to stretch, and that's great. You got to get stronger gradually. 2 more. Dart. Up. And down. 1 more time. Dart up. Ease down. Rest the arms. Bend the elbow. Rest your head on your hand. And just rock those hips a little bit. Loosen the back up. Taking those breaths. Elbows under the shoulders. And we're going to set up the plank. Curl the toes under. Here we go, hip extension. Now you could rest the thighs down and do hip extension from the thigh plank. Reach the right leg and the left leg. Holding the plank without adding anything, you can do that as well. 5 more sets. Right and left. Holding your plank, always a great option. Take it into stretch or even lay on your back. Do your favorite core exercise. 2 more sets. Right and left. Last set here. Right and left. Good. Concentrate on every single rep. And just like that, we ease it back into child's pose and move around a little bit. When you're in a stretch, try to find those knots, find those tight spots. Hands and knees for cat camel. Spinal flexibility. Again, keep that chin about a fist distance. What you want to avoid doing is flinging your head around, like being all sassy and stuff. Keep the chin in. Tuck the tail under. Think of your pelvis. And then lift the tail up without moving your head. The head's just going along for the ride. You want to be careful with those little neck bones, the cervical part of the vertebra in your spine. We have one more exercise, bird dog or pointer. Back of that neck long, right arm, left leg, big stretch. In and switch. Opposite arm, opposite leg. If you need the hands under the shoulders, just reach that left leg back. Don't do the right arm. Reach that right leg back. Don't do the left arm. 3 more sets. A nice back recovery workout. Get a little balance component in this exercise. Nothing wrong with that. Big reach and in. Left arm, right leg. Squeeze it tight. 1 more set. Right arm, left leg. Stretch. And in. Last time here. Left arm, right leg. In and back. And there you go. Back recovery. Keeping our backs nice and strong. Do a child's pose twist. Remember, mild tension, worse sensation. And listen to your intuition too. If you think an exercise looks like a bad idea, don't do it. Everyone is different. We're all in this together, working and resting, getting strong, stretching things out. It all works together. Fantastic. And there's your back recovery, back health video. 5 great body weight exercises you can do in the privacy of your own home. Because look, you just did it right where you are at. And then you have a little pillow if you need to put your head on it. Have a great day. Toodles.